Let's be honest. We live in a gender blender society where the polarities between masculine and feminine are not really polar opposites anymore. Now, I understand that by nature, you're going to have some women who are more masculine, just like by nature, you're going to have some men who are more effeminate. But it's not just nature alone when you consider all the chemicals that's in our food, that's in the water, that's in the plastics, that's in all of these different chemicals and things that we're using every day that are adding to estrogens and making men more effeminate. We really need to consider that as a part of why we have more men who are so effeminate. But it's not just the chemicals, even though that's a big part of it. It's the social engineering within itself. You know, society has been guided in this direction where women are empowered, and if women are empowered, it must mean that somebody is being disempowered, which will be the boys and the males, right? You know, you never just became a man in the first place. You had to go through a rites of passage to be called a man, and we're not getting that by and large. And add in the social conditioning that pits men and women against each other and further alienates fathers away from their children, then there's a higher probability that the boy is not going to get a great opportunity to develop his masculine essence. So now you got to deal with that. And on the women's side of the fence, you've got a situation where even if a woman comes up in a dual parent household where she's used to a provided man, society via the educational system and various other media, social programming is always encouraging her to be independent of a man and to do as many things on her own as possible. And when she adapts that, she becomes that, and she drifts further and further away from her feminine identity. Now, like I said, there are going to be some women out there who are a little bit more masculine by their nature. But the science behind that is if you're a real masculine man, that's not who's for you. And in some cases, you can see it. And in other cases, she's masculine, but she knows how to appear feminine to appeal to masculine men. Because at the end of the day, men who are outwardly masculine put off an aura that women, whether they're feminine or masculine, are looking for. And if you consider that some masculine woman who's never had a father runs into a masculine man who happens to be very fatherly, what do you think she's going to do? You think she's going to push him away? No. She's going to accept the fatherliness and the masculinity that he brings. She just won't be able to reciprocate femininity back to him, and then it puts the ball in his field to say that this doesn't give me the level of femininity that I'm looking for in a relationship. So when a masculine man does attract a masculine woman, because masculinity has that paternal instinct that all women look for, whether they've had it or not, he's got to be able to understand that due to his masculine position, he won't make it very far in that relationship and sever ties before he gets too caught up in that situation. That's what you got to do to save yourself. But in reality, with so many women being taught to be more masculine, you just can't avoid it. Even if you're masculine, you will attract masculine women too.